Nobody likes to get dunked on, and in the NBA, it's a defender's worst nightmare to get embarrassed like that. So when Derrick Rose decided to put Goran Dragic in his place by absolutely demolishing him with a monster dunk, we just had to relive that moment. So join us today as we take you through one of Derrick Rose's most memorable moments in his career. First up, what happened? Nowadays, Derrick Rose is a pretty chill player. Good athlete and a good teammate, a dependable guy overall. However, back in his prime, the man was an absolute beast. He was one of the most exciting young prospects in the NBA, and it seemed like he had already reserved a spot in the NBA Hall of Fame. One of the most notable moments in his young years were vicious dunks he'd pull off on the league's best defenders. One of these, perhaps the best of them all, was over Goran Dragic, an absolute beast when it came to defense, so it was no small feat when Rose managed to dunk on him, that too during his rookie years. Now, it's a well-known fact that for an NBA star, having at least one dunk in which you destroy the defender is a must. Every great player has one. Shaq probably has tons. Anyways, for Derrick Rose, it's Goran Dragic. We don't think either of those men will forget the insanity of that dunk. Goran even described it as his worst nightmare come true. Yeesh! How awesome does a dunk have to be to scar a man like that? Dragic recently signed for the Chicago Bulls, so he'll be looking for a way for fans to remember him that isn't getting dunked on. Next up, how's Goran Dragic doing now? Well, when you get dunked on like that, it's hard to bounce back. Your confidence goes down the drain as you start doubting your defending abilities. Goran, on the other hand, recently signed for the Chicago Bulls and decided he needed to reboot his legacy. Now, the question is, can he? It's definitely not going to be easy, considering as soon as he signed up for the Bulls, one of the first questions he was asked by the press was about how it felt getting dunked on by young Derrick Rose. What makes this an even more remarkable achievement is the fact that no other person has been able to dunk on Dragic apart from Derrick Rose. Insane to think about. Dragic replied by laughing off the question and stating how no one has ever come close to doing what Derrick Rose did to him in his entire career. Now that Dragic is on the Bulls, there's a chance that they play the Knicks, in which case he'd better watch out because Derrick Rose recently stated that he's back to rookie weight. We might just get to see prime Derrick Rose in action. Dragic also went on to state that if he could go back in time, he would definitely not go for that play, and the only reason he went for it in the first place was that it was his second year in the NBA and he needed an opportunity to show off his potential. That one backfired big time, eh? Coming up, how's Derrick Rose doing these days? Well, we already know that Derrick Rose is back to his rookie weight, which means that he'll be as springy and ready to pounce as when he first got his start in the NBA. But that begs the question, will he have the same hunger he had back then to dominate and tear up the league? Well, the new season of the NBA is underway, and we'll just have to wait and find out what happens. We think we're probably going to see a glimpse of his old self, back when he was a top prospect, and most people thought he was guaranteed a spot in the NBA Hall of Fame. You never know, ladies and gents. Another thing to note is that the next time we see Rose on the court, repping the New York Knicks, will be his first game for the franchise in over 9 months. That's even more reason to assume that he'll come onto the court backed with a drive that we've only seen for the player in the past. He even stated to the press how eager he is to get back out there and dominate. Finally, if Rose and Dragic meet again, are we getting a new best dunk? Okay, folks, now it's time to address the elephant in the room. The question is on all of our minds. If these two behemoths meet up on the court again, will Derrick Rose be able to pull off another monster dunk, or will Dragic humiliate him with a superior defense? Well, we think it's safe to say neither men have this specifically planned out in their mind, and both of them are much more focused on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is winning a championship ring. That would definitely earn whoever wins it a spot in the NBA Hall of Fame, which, if you really think about it, is the end goal of every major basketball athlete. Now, it's pretty clear these two don't have some sort of rivalry going, though you can never be too sure. Who knows? Maybe Dragic has held some sort of grudge against Derrick Rose for embarrassing him as a rookie all those years ago. It's highly unlikely, but anything is possible in today's game. What we do know is the fact that both athletes seem to be geared up to win and then some. They seem to be in phenomenal form, particularly Derrick Rose, so we're excited to see what they can bring onto the court this NBA season. We can wish them the best and hope they manage to reach their goals this season. Other news. First up, Ben Simmons and Kawhi Leonard make their long-awaited returns. These two superstars are always a treat to watch on the basketball court, and the entirety of the NBA fandom was left shocked last season when they had to sit out all the action due to injuries such as ACL tears. This season, though, they are back, better than ever. Both players are universally loved by all basketball fans and are excited to step foot on the court again and prove how much we're missing. Simmons recently played against his former team, the Philadelphia 76ers, having now joined the Brooklyn Nets. Man, was he good! From alley-oops to no-look passes, he looked to be in great form. Kawhi Leonard, known for his ability on the basketball court and his weird-ass laugh, also returned for the LA Clippers this season and looks ready to dominate. The dude has the biggest pair of hands we have seen on a basketball player in this modern-day era, and he sure puts them to good use. When you can literally grip a basketball with one hand, you know you're about to throw it down hard. Next up, Doc Rivers stepping up for Black history. Legendary basketball coach Doc Rivers is known for helping whichever team he seems to be coaching step up and win big, and he does all this through unconventional training methods. Recently, he's begun to use his platform as a coach for the 76ers to speak out against racism, bigotry, Donald Trump, and generally everything bad that happens in the US. Some say his speeches sound like someone running for the office, so we just had to know if he would ever consider stepping into a more political role for his country. Unfortunately, we got a hard no, as the doc said that's not what he wants to be, and besides, he doesn't think he'll win anyways. Regardless of whether we see Rivers on CNN as president or not, what he's doing right now with the 76ers speaks volumes about his character. By incorporating field trips to Black history museums, he hopes to educate the players on the importance of African Americans in the community and hopes to change whatever bad impressions some people may have about the African American community. We can only commend his efforts and wish him the best as he continues down this path. Finally, Booth gets the general manager contract extension. Calvin Booth has been a faithful soldier for the Denver Nuggets for a while now. He played for the franchise for a whopping 10 seasons and served more than 3 years as the assistant general manager. Now, back in 2020, he was finally promoted to the post of general manager, a position many believed he deserved considering everything he had given to his team. The big question was, would he get a contract renewal and continue to spearhead the Nuggets toward a better path? The answer, according to the franchise management, was simple: yes. They believe he has a great mindset for basketball and has experienced the game from every angle. Having played in the team he now manages for over 10 seasons, he knows the Nuggets from the inside out, so everyone expects nothing less than the best from the general manager. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Derrick Rose will pull off another amazing dunk on Goran Dragic? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one!